So we're looking at the Vitruvian Man, a figure made by Leonardo da Vinci in his personal journal that he created in 1490. This piece was considered to be the essence of the perfect man, and it's a very famous image that I'm sure many of us have seen time and time again. But Leonardo was very interested in the human anatomy, and he mapped out several figures and sketches of the human body inside and outside. The human body, including the reproductive systems, the skeletal system, and he was just really interested in those different aspects of it, according to Leonardo da Vinci, master draftsman.
Well, as Leonardo was well known for human anatomy, he also uses geometry measurements that he learned from Vitruvius to make the Vitruvian man more proportional. That he uses math to be as precise as possible so that the figure can be perfect. And the figure itself has two different poses, and one to maximize the full potential of a full human.
Yeah, I completely agree with all those things. Like, it's really interesting that he uses math to make the perfect figure. But why does he want to make the perfect figure? What provoked him to want to do that? Did it have anything to do with his art, do you think?
Well, I believe he created the perfect man so that he would implement it into other works of art.
I see.
For example, he created the Last Supper and the Madonna of the Yarn Winder.
Yeah, I really see what you're saying. Like, I feel like after the sketch, a lot of his paintings that he did were more human and more relatable to look at, rather than, figures you would see in a cathedral that were very stiff, that although they look like humans, they weren't realistic. So I feel like he made a huge jump to a time where things are much more human and much more realistic.
Yes, like his other work of art is a well-famous and well-known artwork, and it is the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa was created in the year 1517, and it is an example of a realistic piece that Leonardo wanted to achieve.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even if you're not into art, like if you don't know a lot about art, I feel like everybody knows the Mona Lisa. And ultimately, I feel like this was one of the greatest pieces that Leonardo has ever done. I mean, she's beautiful. The texture of her dress is beautifully made. The shadows on her face are very distinct. She looks like an actual person, as opposed to, like I said before, cathedrals or stiff figures that we have in the medieval time.
Yes, but as everybody knows, the most asked question about the Mona Lisa is her smile. That is she or is she not smiling? And I really think that she is not smiling, but she's forcing a smile.
Really, honestly, I feel like she is smiling. She has a bright glow on her face. She's smiling, and I feel like she's an approachable woman.
But, well, the smile on the Mona Lisa, does it really match the background? The background seems like a nice, pleasant place, but her smile doesn't seem to match.
I, again, would have to disagree with you. I feel like the background is gloomy, and herself is very bright and pleasant to look at. I mean, I feel like she's very proper, very almost royal in a sense, and the background is very gloomy and unappealing to look at. But regardless of these things, I feel like Leonardo came a long way from a sketch that was just the idea of perfection to an iconic painting that is human and relatable for people throughout time. And ultimately, I feel like the Mona Lisa is going to be a timeless work. And I feel like Leonardo accomplished his goal ultimately.